Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel and on these live streams, we show you how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Let's get the show on the road. Let's get these likes smashed up. On today's live stream, we are going to be going over why we think Bitcoin is going to be hitting $150,000 this year. Now, why that number? Well, we broke down this macro trend analysis, comparing it to what has happened with gold. So if you caught my thread yesterday, make sure you're following me at DanoCrypto904 on x.com, where you can get these threads and get the best information. And so we broke this macro trend down on gold, and we're going to compare it to how we think Bitcoin is going to react, because gold has been the leading bullish indicator for getting out of the fiat currency. What else are you going to put your money into if the fiat currency is being debased and is inflating? So we're thinking it's Bitcoin, right? Well, we're going to check these charts. We're going to break down and analyze this trend, and we're going to go into the trades. We're going to go into some bullish news that broke yesterday and today. We're going to get into the Trump token. We're going to get into all these things. But first, we really, really need you guys to hit the like button, because YouTube is being dirty. They're being dirty. We're actually going to be contacting them directly to talk to them and say, we have been streaming every day. We've been posting videos. We promote this platform and we use it every single day. And when you type in Dano Crypto in the search, my friends, do you know what comes up? Nano Crypto. I don't even come up in the search. When you type in Dano, Dano Crypto does not come up. Nano Crypto comes up. Nano. What the hell is going on? So I'm getting completely blackballed, bamboozled by the algorithm. So the only way that this channel will survive and I will get pushed out where I deserve to be, out in the front with all these other channels, because damn it, I've been here from the bear market to the bull market to the highs to the lows to the depressing sideways action and now into the bull run of the Trump presidency. Dang it, we've been here the entire time whilst other channels have disappeared. They just come back. Oh, they come back when things look good. Cool, bro. Well, we've been here the whole damn time. So I'd like to see some damn credit for that. I've came here when I've been borderline about to bawl my eyes out from being smacked by this market. Do you understand this, my friends? All right, so either way, we're happy you're here. You're getting 2 coffee Dano this morning. So watch out. All right, so let's get into the price action. Let's get into what we did this morning and how we are analyzing this price action. We're not taking any trades. We took one trade and we got stopped out in profit. We scalped, $50 off the trade. It was our first trade that we put in our prop fund, and hey, first trade being in profit, that's not too bad. So we are still analyzing this market. You can see here, look, not too bad. Just a quick little scalp. We were up a little bit more in profit, but what we did is we did this thing. It is fascinating. It is fascinating how this strategy can make you profitable over time if you're very, very consistent with it. It's amazing. So we're going to show you this picture real quick that we took of this particular. It's just a quick picture. We'll show you. Is this it? Let me see. I don't know. Let me see. Let me make sure. Oh, it didn't. Oh, that's weird. All right. Well, I'll just show you. It's weird. I thought when I took this screenshot that it was going to show where my entry was and my take profit. So I messed up. I should have screenshotted it, and then it would have shown where my entry was, where I set my stop loss, and or maybe I can go into the chart and I can show you right here in the actual chart. Oh yeah, right here. Here's the candle. Okay, let's go into the 1 minute and I'll show you exactly where in this entry. So we had an entry at 92.8. Was it 92.6? Oh yeah, yeah, because it was right on market open. 92.6. And then you can see here closed at 93.2. So 92.6, I got in right here. And I put in my stop loss a little lower. I put it pretty much right here. And the moment that I was in profit, I started to move the stop loss and trail the stop loss up. As the candle started to get more bullish, I kept moving the stop loss up. I kept moving it up. So I was trailing the stop loss up to make sure that I'm just going to lock in profits no matter what. Not break even. You know, once you're in profit, you trail that stop loss up. And then I also had a point where I was going to take the whole trade, but it ended up reversing because as you can see, it sold at 93.2 right here. And then it went down. So we caught it in profit as it was going down. This one right here, we did a very quick, so we were unconfident. So we went in with a very tight stop loss and tried to get in an entry at 92.8, and that actually would have been a good one to keep open, but we were just not sure if we were going to break down from here and test some of these lower lows right here that were possibly eyeing. So it was hard to tell. So, and we weren't willing to just give back the money that we just made from the trade. And so missed on that opportunity, but it's okay because we still locked in some profits. So I wanted to show you guys that because this is a strategy that you can use, and you can use it on the 1 minute time frames where you're seeing price, bouncing off of two support levels here, and then in a continuation. But also in the similar fashion right here, you can see where you had a wick recovery and then the price moving right back into that area and then getting support where you can go into a pretty decent entry. You're getting confirmation that it is strong. You got volume coming in, and then you're setting targets. You're setting a key target. You know, mine was 93.6. We didn't hit it, but I trailed my stop loss up into an area of where I'm still in profit. And you can manually do this. You can either do it on the chart, like say, right here, same deal. I have a Bitcoin trade open. My stop loss is in the middle of the range. It's continuing to run, and as it's running, I'm trailing the stop loss up. I'm just trailing it up. So here's a good visual. Here's my entry. Okay. And I have some clear areas where I would like to take profits, which are normally on the resistance areas. Like, look, 99,000. You got 94 here. You got 99.4. This is looking at on the daily chart here. Okay. All right. So now we broke down a little bit of the trading here and kind of what we were doing this morning. Let's get into the analysis of this Bitcoin versus gold and the cup and handle. But first, make sure you can hear me okay. If the music's too loud, let me know. If you can even hear the music. See how many people are in. Okay, so Xsen said, just so you know, the notifications never come up and I have them turned on all. Even if I click who live under crypto, it won't show this channel. Oh my God, really? That's even worse. Dude, no wonder. No wonder. That's freaking crazy. That's wild. Yeah, so Harold Shah said, what do you think about Cantor Equity Partners launching 21 Capital? Oh yeah, that's huge. Yeah, we got the tweet right here. So we're ready to go. We're going to watch this clip and we're going to get into that. But first, we do want to break down the Bitcoin versus gold analysis. And we want to really make sure you guys can understand this if you haven't thought about it. And why I am bullish, why I'm super bullish in thinking that Bitcoin can get to 150,000 this year and a lot earlier than you might think. Like close to, around the end of September, I'm thinking September. But I'll tell you why. We're going to break it down here. So if you're looking at this chart, we have a weekly inverse head and shoulders forming on the top portion of a bigger macro cup and handle. So to break that down, if you go into the weekly chart on Bitcoin, go to the weekly chart on Bitcoin, and you can see that we have a big, and then we really want to we want to show you the MACD too, and why that's significant as well. So you look at this weekly cup and handle pattern that we have broken out of, okay? But compared to gold, when you look at gold, let's go to the next picture here. This is the gold cup and handle. This is the gold cup and handle. Oh, is Bitcoin going to 93.4? Because the CME is saying 93.8, so okay. All right, so yeah, we're going to hurry up with this analysis because we might have to go to the price action. The price action's getting hot. All right, so look at how this weekly giant macro cup and handles have been happening since 2012 with gold. And look at the target that it hit. The exact depth of the cup was 73% and then an 83% move from this bottom here. So that was the depth measure move, textbook, perfect, okay? So then when you compare it together and you have Bitcoin, it looks exactly the same, but here's the deal. This depth of the cup was 222%. So when we get a full 222% move from the bottom of the handle of the cup on Bitcoin, guess where that takes us? Like exactly around in that spot. It literally is the on the money move of where this could be breaking out. This is what is so fascinating. This is why I think I'm more on the bullish case scenario that we crush through and break new all-time highs here instead of testing again the bottom here of the 60, of the 75, or the, what was it, 70, it's like 75, 74,000. That was a nice bottom. That was a nice bottom. Because now we're para pumping. And this could be it. So you can see here that inverse head and shoulders on the weekly. You can see it, the inverse head and shoulders on the weekly right here. We're just testing up into the right shoulder where price has a lot of liquidity sitting. So it's looking pretty good. It's actually looking pretty good on the macro case. Now, let's keep going down the analysis here. Because if you look, this is the fourth halving. It happened last year around this time. And if you measure from the halving 518 days out, we get into October and into September, October area. If you go back 18 days, if you go actually about around 500, then that has us in September. And it looks like with this trend that we're finally going, you know, with this uptrend, we could see that $150,000 Bitcoin, maybe even blowing off through there to get to that 200,000. And so this all makes sense with all of the different bullish news indicators, companies investing into Bitcoin. We have Jack Mallers announcing 21. So 21 is a Bitcoin native company, and the name was coined, you know, 21 million Bitcoin. They're the only 21 million Bitcoin ever. And so this is what that name is referencing. 21 is Bitcoin native company and the ultimate vehicle for capital markets to access Bitcoin. So we intend to leverage capital markets to maximize Bitcoin ownership per share and pioneer Bitcoin native financial tools. So this is pretty substantial. Yo, what's going on, Headband? Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you got some rest. Crypto Fart says Sui is ripping. Awesome. We'll have to check that out. Yeah, Sui has been one of those coins that's been trading really strong on Bitcoin's momentum. Not all altcoins, like, you know, rip and go up with Bitcoin and ETH and Sol. Like, some kind of will still stay flat. And you're like, why isn't it moving? But then we have coins that really follow Bitcoin's momentum and ETH and Sol. And so we want to make sure we're always following that narrative. And hopefully we're either had spot bought these things, or we're trading them and finding really good entries, because a lot of these coins, these altcoins, are finding they found their bottom. Polygon's ripping. Polygon's been ripping. That's another one that's been ripping. Pol has been doing really, really well. Let's pull it up. Why do we not have it on here? What the heck? I'd like to have it on the Coinbase USD chart as well. Let's look at the Coinbase USD. Yeah, look at this thing. It's freaking ripping. Yeah, Polygon is eyeing its 200-day moving average. That we'd probably have to switch a different, moving average on here to probably maybe get like a 50-day simple or something. Let's see. Oh, I have too many indicators up already. Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't have to see that. Look, here's the deal. Polygon's bullish. It's always been bullish, and it's up 15%. So it's doing really well. Yeah, it found its bottom here, and then you can see another coin that kind of found its bottom is really doing well now. Is Brett. Hopefully, ticker Bitcoin found its bottom. Radium is doing really well. It has a nice double bottom W recovery here. You can see here, this is really nice structure on Radium, and Radium just launched its own tool to be able to launch its own tokens. Orca is doing really well. This thing is kind of breaking out you can see the nice flag breakout. Like, you can see here, that was a really nice flag breakout. Is it doing it again? I mean, it could. You can see it possibly could. You could see it could go boom. And let's see, Bitcoin Zeus protocol, Solana native coin that is doing Bitcoin DeFi, where you can get ZBTC. It's one of the only protocols on Solana that is doing this, and I think that's going to bring a lot of liquidity into Solana. Already, that we've talked about it, that Solana has this is really growing in TVL. You can see Solana is 7.7 billion TVL locked, and this is due to the stablecoin markets over time since last year has increased from a $3 billion valuation to over $13 billion for just the stablecoins. So when you think about it, that's kind of where like Tron's value comes from. That's where Base and Arbitrum 2, Sui, stablecoins are being minted. You look at DeFi Llama and you can see all the different kind of stablecoin liquidity, and that might be the trick, is to say, okay, who's going to have the most stablecoin liquidity coming into the chain? And these could be the chains that we could invest in if they have a coin. Base obviously doesn't have a coin, but then what's the top meme on Base? It's bread. So, and what's been able to actually cross over $2 billion market cap multiple times? It's been bread. So that might have been our market signal to be like, dang, okay, well, Base doesn't have a token, but they do have a really popular meme coin. But and also other vibrant ecosystem. You got Aerodrome. So if you're wanting to do like bet on something, how I just explained about Radium, then you can look at Aerodrome and think, is Aerodrome bullish as well? Well, yeah. Are they generating revenue? Yes, they probably are generating revenue. It's one of the highest, I think, revenue generating protocols on Base. So that's kind of how I think about like what altcoins, because there's so many. There's so many coins in the market. There's so many. There are how many coins? Where are the coins? Where's the coin list? There is 14 million different cryptos. Like, really? Total number of cryptos tracked, 14 million. Total cryptos created in the last 24 hours is 97,000. In the last 7 days, 539,000 coins were created. And you're expected to know what to buy. But here's the deal. Just look where the money's flowing. Look where the big whales are piling in, and where the institutional players are using these chains to mint their stables and do their applications. And then also, what is the community signaling that is going to be the quote meme super cycle runners, and what's getting the most trading volume? And what has signaled this, hopefully, is that the President of the United States launched his own meme coin. Okay, and then now we got the announcement with the Trump dinner. Top 220 holders are going to be invited to a private dinner. AIXBT had a funny breakdown on this. Trump dinner announcement pushed price 70% right after $320 million token unlock started, which the unlock was on the 18th. We talked about this, and I was telling you guys, they're either going to pump the price up to a certain point so then the early investors on that unlock can get a nice sell price, or they'll just sell right when they get it, and then the price will dump to like $7, or because it was sitting at about $9. And then you can see here where it was kind of flatlined around like 8, 9, it was kind of skirting around. It went under $8, went to 7. So people were shorting this thing because they were thinking the unlocks were going to dump the price into this range to like $5 or $6. I even saw a headline on it saying like, possible, dump to $5. And then we get the announcement of the Trump dinner, which flies it into this level of previous resistance. And you can see it right here. Previous resistance right here on the chart if you're looking at the 4 hour. And then look at this. Look at this. So that was the clean break for early investors to get in at $15, because here's the but I'm still thinking, at what price though? At what price in market cap did the early investors get in? Because at a point, this thing launched at a million. It was like at a set. What was it? It launched at a $600 million market cap. it was really, really hard to track because it moved so fast. So what price do you think they got at, and like at what point do you think they're going to want to sell to where they're making making a killing on the second run? Because obviously on the release, they got a pretty damn good price and they ran it up to here and they really sold off. Right here, right here. You see the times where big whales sold off. 1, 2, 3. It's a little easier to see on the daily because you can see it. You can see it. You got big sell, big sell, big sell, and then another sell. And these levels were pretty close right here to that 3 billion. Popped it up to 3 billion. Sell point. So my question is the coin going to now trade up into the dinner? Kind of like the buy the rumor, buy up into the thing, and then you sell on the actual event. Yeah, Ozzy said the McDonald's is going to be on the menu. Yeah, where's your post? Because you sent me something. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, they're gonna have a bunch of fish fillet, McChickens, some McRibs, definitely the Big Mac for the big boss. What do you think Trump's combo is? Is it a Big Mac? Is it a double quarter pounder with cheese? I'll take a Big Mac with a large fry and give me a Pib. Give me a Pib extra. And thank you. And you don't oversalt the fries. Don't oversalt the fries. All right, shout out to everyone who's here. I must be boring you guys. Really, I guess I'm not as entertaining as I thought I was. I guess I'm not giving enough alpha as I thought I was. Poor me. I love you guys. Thank you to the mods. See, the mods are here to support. We got Crypto Fart, we got Ozzy, we got Lasers, we got Headband High, we got Emmanuel, we got XN. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much because I will say it would be kind of tough if I was just here just literally talking to myself and just being like, but I digress. It is what it is, you know. It's really, at this point, I don't know if there's anything else I could do besides just complain to YouTube. Because I stream every day. You can see, like, will you just be like, do more, do better, bro. Just do better, bro. But all I gotta say is in the first 26 minutes, I gave you a nice macro breakdown. I gave you a trading tip and strategy. Gave you a little bit of the news. We're gonna give you more of it right now. We're gonna play this about this 21 company.
Yo, what is going on, Bitcoin? Emergency press conference. I am the co-founder and CEO of a brand new Bitcoin company. That blue chip credibility with... Yo, what is going on, Bitcoin? Emergency press conference. I am the co-founder and CEO of a brand new Bitcoin company. That company's name is 21. 21 is a Bitcoin native company with Bitcoin at its center and core focus. And we want to serve as the ultimate vehicle for capital markets to participate in Bitcoin. We are hopeful to list our shares on a stock exchange under the ticker symbol XXI. 21 in Roman numerals. Come on, you knew I wasn't going to miss that opportunity. There was no way. As I always do, about transparency, I want to be able to communicate directly with this community, answer all the questions you guys got. So let me tell you about the business. 21 is co-founded by Tether and myself. You've probably heard of SoftBank. That name's probably gotten around. SoftBank is a significant but minority partner in the business. Cantor is our partner on the SPAC side to combine a transaction to help take 21 public. Okay, a little bit more about the business. We expect at closing to own over 42,000 Bitcoin, and we already have over $500 million of cash committed. We've introduced 2 new Bitcoin metrics at filing to the financial markets. The first is BPS. That stands for Bitcoin per share. The second is BRR. A little play on money printer go BRR, but at 21, we make Bitcoin and sats go BRR. That stands for Bitcoin return rate. Let's get into it. Bitcoin per share, BPS, is pretty simple. Each fully diluted share represents, reflecting shareholder ownership in Bitcoin rather than fiat earnings per share. So in traditional financial markets, companies are judged upon their earnings per share. It is a fiat metric. We are replacing EPS in earnings per share with BPS in Bitcoin per share.
This is crazy because this is making me think of what I've talked about with how things will probably be priced in Bitcoin in terms of big purchases like a house or a car, whatever it may be, land, and things will be divisible and divided into satoshis and say like, okay, we contracted this house for 0.25 Bitcoin or whatever, or 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin, whatever it is. This is interesting. So this is kind of and this is how also Michael Saylor with strategy is kind of leaded the way of doing this similar thing with his shares, and how the people who are basically in with MicroStrategy with MicroStrategy stocks and those shares has massive exposure into Bitcoin. So this is really cool. Look, everyone wants to, I love Scottie Pippen out of nowhere, just giving us our 90s nostalgia all mixed into now the cyberpunk era. Everyone wants to win until they realize how many losses it takes. And you have to be the person that can deal with that enough times to then win and to then break through and succeed, because most people quit when it gets to that point, and then they settle, and then they go along, and then they give up on that, whatever that dream was. But the people that are actually truly making strides, and it doesn't matter, it's all relative. Whatever your dream is, it could be that you want to live out on your own land and have a farm, or maybe you want to have a flat in Miami, or you want to be able to go to the beach every day and have the freedom to just be able to enjoy nature. I don't know what it is. It's all relative. Whatever the hell that is. Up to a point, if you want to have that type of freedom of whatever that dream life is that you want to live, there's going to be a bit of a journey to get there. Because sometimes it takes a bunch of smackdowns, and then finally you have the breakthrough. So let's be the people that last through the losses and last through those points, because then on the other side, it doesn't mean the work stops. It doesn't mean that you get to then just chill. No, the work continues, but the difference is that now you've proven to yourself that you can literally have all those things happen to you, whatever it may be, and you can still persevere and push through and know that you were able to succeed. So let's do that. Let's freaking do that, guys. All right, so something that I'm noticing on the MACD and on Bitcoin this is on the 1 minute chart here. We're seeing some levels be tested pretty nice. You can see it, nice distribution bouncing. So we're really cooking up. You can see this respecting 93.6 again. So this could be now that was the cool off of this could be the sideways action cool off of the shoulder. You can see here we have some price action that we need to look at. This is what we need to pay attention to here. So this price action all right here is what we need to pay attention to, because this might reveal to us some data that could help us with our trades in this structure, in this order block. You can see we got big cells that are going to want to be filled up here probably again at 99,000 and these levels right here, but then you can see where these wicks are. We've cleared through those and matching the inverse movements of the head that's right here. Also a pattern that the traders, the TA peeps, people like Marty Party, I was kind of seeing the same thing because I was seeing the W. This is a Wyckoff of distribution. And so once it does its thing and it does its distribution up at the top, like traders selling, we see the distribution, and then it starts to fly. So let's go and look at that. I like how Marty Party pointed that out. I was seeing very similar kind of flow on the chart. As you can see, Wyckoff accumulation. We got that nice do, and then we bopped up here, and then we hit that 90. We hit that 91,000. 90. Is that about where we went? Pretty damn close, yeah. So like 91, boom, hit that little bounce. So I think at any moment now, it's like any moment we could fly off. So it's like if we could get a decent entry, we just might be able to ride one for a hot minute here, but still have our stop losses protected, you know. We can cook off here. I don't know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I was about to say, is anyone even here? For real, guys, this is crazy because I think that I really think YouTube's put me in the doghouse so hard for some reason. I don't understand why. I don't know what I did to you, YouTube. I don't know what I did to you. I don't know what I did to you for you to not even like put me in the search. Like, that's crazy. Like, you don't even want to put me in the search. Look at this. This is such crap. Look. When I type in Dano crypto, this is what comes up. Nano crypto. This is what comes up when I type in my name. No wonder. Like, it's just, that's such crap. This is why I'm starting to get a little pissed off. Starting to get a little mad. It's ridiculous. So I thought about changing to completely changing my name, like just to like not even like have it be Dano Crypto, because obviously Dano Crypto is not working. The only reason that it's popping up like this is because it's my channel. I'm on my channel, but I would imagine it's just yeah, the algorithm is they're look at this. What's Nano Crypto? What the hell is this? The heck is Nano Crypto? This is 5 years ago. Look at all these people. What is nano currency 3 years ago? Nano. Let's see if Nano is at 0 right now. It's all the influencers were talking about it. See Nano. Yeah. Oh, now it's, oh my God, this is just a slap in the face. Now I got, oh my Lord. About to stop streaming on Twitch too. Stop it. This is so annoying. It's ridiculous. Lord have freaking mercy. All right, well, I am going to end the stream. Pleasure doing business with you guys. We were going to stream up until about 12. But yeah. My computer's having a hard time with the price action, I guess. It's like going funky. My fan is going wild. Yeah, we could be seeing some interesting moves here. What I was seeing on the daily was this cross here. We had a really nice cross. Was looking really bullish on the MACD. I think the sellers got exhausted, and it could be that we do have some more buyers on the side of the market than sellers. So, all right, my friends. Well, thank you for coming in today. And we will see you later.